Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to the Pop Culture Podcast, episode 228. I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian, and we're back for another week of rants.
That's it. Yep. I mean, rants and alcoholic-fueled rants, mostly.
The rants are going to mostly pertain to TV, movies, comic books, music, more or less, until we get on some sort of tangent.
As we do.
The Apple X, iPhone X?
10?
No, I refuse. I
I know.
refuse it.
I've been using actually I guess it's not even called this anymore, but OS 10 for 10 years. I've always said OS X.
Yeah.
So does everybody else. Nobody calls it OS 10.
It's the right way to do it.
I also have some Amazon rants to get on today.
Oh.
Yeah, did you see the announcement?
Did you watch the YouTube video?
No, I haven't gotten that far.
Oh my goodness, the YouTube video changed my world.
Ugh.
It's amazingly
All right, we'll get
bad.
to that.
Okay, let's start with some whiskey.
Whiskey.
This whiskey brought to you by Frugal Brutal.
Thanks, Frugal Brutal.
I was down there visiting him last week, and he gave me this whiskey. It is a single malt whiskey from the company known as Del Bach. Now, the interesting thing about this whiskey is threefold. One, it's 100% produced in Arizona in Tucson.
Oh, interesting.
Which you don't get a lot of grains in Arizona, so that's surprising.
No.
It won the 2016 San Francisco World Spirits Competition, double gold.
Okay.
And it's mesquite smoked.
Yeah, that's the part that caught my eye.
So I'm going to read this to you. Whiskey Del Bach Dorado is distilled from barley malted on site and smoked over a native velvet mesquite fire.
Okay.
So for myself, on ice, my usual drinks, and then neat.
Okay.
Let's see what you think here.
Here we go. Oh, that's got a very, very interesting flavor profile.
You're drinking a campfire, my friend.
I pretty much am.
Yeah.
It actually reminds me a lot of the Islay scotches. It's got
the
that,
really peaty.
Yeah, it's got like that burnt peat flavor to it.
It does say using the Scottish model of whiskey making. There you go.
I should do this for a living. No, this is actually really enjoyable to me because that is my favorite derivative of Scotch is the Islay, is the peat smoked. So this definitely reminds me a lot of that. It's got a lot of sweetness at the end.
It
does. Which you don't typically get with the Scotch. It makes me wish I hadn't been chewing gum 5 minutes before trying it.
We got a whole bottle to
but
get
yeah,
through,
I was going
buddy.
to say, I can wash that out.
I am going to give it to you a sip on my ice.
Okay.
A completely different profile. Completely different.
Oh, yeah. Yep, this is why I just drink it straight.
I would say this is one of the few whiskeys I prefer neat.
So on the rock,
that one huge ice cube.
Yeah, it does taste a lot more like the Islay Scotch, where it doesn't have any aftertaste. It's just the smoky burn.
Yep.
I definitely prefer it neat.
I do as well. But yeah, like I think it's a super interesting.
Yeah. And I think this is kind of where we need to go. You know, we've been doing this for 3 years now, and we've talked about this multiple times. Is at some point you're just drinking the same thing with a different label on it over and over and over.
Right.
You know, we went through a lot of different styles of microbrews when we started, and then we kind of just started recycling the same styles made by different breweries to, you know, you get a little bit of a taste differentiation, but it's doing things like this that is really going to set you apart in the market.
And I do think this does set them apart. As a return, I brought him Copperworks whiskey.
Okay. And did he try it while you were there?
He did. Yeah, I was kind of insistent on that.
Which batch?
5, the newest.
Okay, I haven't tried 5 yet.
I actually happened to get bottle 777 because
nice.
they're all hand, and this one's also hand marked.
Yeah, I saw that. So what did he think of that?
He quite enjoyed it.
Okay, so do you know what the recipe is on that batch?
I don't.
Okay.
But I will say I like the 5 more than the 2 and the 3, but not as much as the 4.
Okay. And you didn't try the 1.
I never tried the 1.
I tried the 1. It was delicious. I've only tried 1 in 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 so far.
Well, I know you've tried 2 because I have a bottle of 2 in
Okay,
my
so that's
pantry.
what I tried. So I've tried 1 and 2. I preferred the 1 over the 2. But now I want to go get some 5.
That bottle, once they're out of 5, we're going to start looking at 6.
Of course, I'm going to be seeing him in a week and a half, too.
Oh,
maybe he'll still have some. Maybe.
Babe, frugal, save a little bit of the 5. But yeah, so I thought it was pretty good.
No, it's definitely enjoyable.
Let's get into some television.
Okay.
I have to assume you've been watching a lot.
I haven't been watching as much as you would think. Because as I mentioned before we started recording, I had some stuff going on that was taking up a lot of my time.
Mistresses.
Yeah, I mean the Gumas, they just but I think this weekend I'm gonna catch up on all of my TV. But I have watched a decent amount in the last 2 weeks. You have a thought.
I do.
What is your thought here?
So this blew my mind as soon as you said that, and I need a second opinion on this.
Okay.
I don't have Facebook.
Sure.
However, due to work, I've been asked to create a Facebook account.
Okay.
Which, all right.
Whatever.
I suppose.
Yeah.
So all of you don't follow me on Facebook. Please continue not to. So someone came up to me. They're like, "Hey, you're close with this person. Let's just call him George.
Okay.
You're close with George." And I'm all like, "Yeah, why? What's going on with his marriage?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He posted a Facebook post saying that he's been unfaithful to his wife. That's how he broke the news to her.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And at what world is that the appropriate way to do that?
Never.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. Facebook is...
Facebook's terrible. So just don't do it. Can you like hire somebody else to do that for you?
I mean, are you looking for a job?
I mean, I would take payment in whiskey.
I don't know. I can make that happen. So tell me what you're watching.
All right. So, it's been 2 weeks since we recorded. There's been some shows that have premiered because it's that time of the year.
Sure is.
So, Supergirl season 3 premiered. I've only watched the premiere episode yet. I'm still 2 episodes behind. 3 episodes. 2 or 3 episodes behind. Riverdale season 2 premiered.
Oh, okay.
I watched episode 1 of that, and I sent you a message.
Yes, you did.
Because the villain in this season appears to be the Black Hood, which is a anti-hero from the Archie Comics Black Circle imprint, which is their dark and gritty imprint. And it's a comic that I've been reading for like 2 or 3 years now. I've talked about it on the show. So he is the villain of the year, or at least for the first couple episodes. I don't know how far it's going to go.
Interesting.
But I thought that was really interesting that they brought that character in. Because obviously they own the universe. I mean, CW has the license to just explore the Archie universe. They're even doing a Sabrina the Teenage Witch new series, which she's going to be introduced in Riverdale, and then it'll spin off into its own series. But it's going to be more like in the tone of
Riverdale. Sure.
So it's not going to be like the Melissa Joan Hart one.
Who I get to meet this weekend.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous, actually.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
nice.
Melissa Joan Hart.
So that was interesting.
That is that. It's strange that they're going to try that, but
yeah. But I mean, obviously, Riverdale is kind of a dark show, and the whole first season was trying to solve a mystery, and like 4 people ended up getting killed. So it fits. I watched the Legends of Tomorrow season 3 premiere. I still enjoy this show.
Okay.
It got so much better like halfway through the first season. So I'm enjoying that still. And we're going to get, they confirmed that Matt Ryan, I think?
Yes, Matt Ryan for Constantine.
He will be appearing in a couple episodes this season, so it's cool they're bringing him back. We do know that Professor Stein will be leaving the show.
Firestorm.
Yeah, that half of Firestorm. The actor who plays him decided he wants to go back and be on Broadway, and he can't do both because of the scheduling conflict, so he'll be leaving the show. We don't really know what's going to happen with Firestorm, but yeah.
They're just going to recast him.
I mean, I'm sure, because there was different combinations. I mean, obviously, like, even Jefferson Jackson, or whatever the guy's name is, isn't the original other half of Firestorm.
Right, Ronnie's the original.
Ronnie was in the show in Flash, and then he died, and then they brought in Jefferson. So they've already explained that multiple people can be connected to the Firestorm Matrix. So we'll just get somebody else.
Make it Henry Cavanaugh's character, Dr. Harrison Wells. Make it one of the other versions of Harrison Wells.
I mean, we could do that, I'm sure. Yeah. Been watching The Voice. We're at last night was the end of the battle rounds, I think. That's good. There's a lot of talented people on there. It's weird seeing Miley Cyrus on there again, and her mentor or her team mentor is Billy Ray Cyrus.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
she brought it and made it a family ordeal.
Sure.
Adam Levine has Joe Jonas as his team's mentor.
Okay.
Jennifer Hudson has Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child.
Oh, that's a good get.
Yeah.
That's a good get.
And then Blake Shelton has
Gwen Stefani.
no. I'm blanking on it's a country music group.
Florida Georgia Line.
Rascal Flatts.
Oh, that
There
was
it
be
is.
my next guess.
Yeah.
All
So-
three of them?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So I mean it's interesting. Like I said, there's been some good people on there.
Okay.
There's people I'm like, I don't care about. But caught up on This Is Us. Second season's going surprisingly well.
now, there's been some controversy around This Is Us in the news past couple days. I say news, but in the tabloids.
I have not heard this.
Chris Sullivan, the guy who plays Toby,
He's
thin now. He's a thin
he
man
definitely
now.
lost a lot of weight. Yeah.
So he's wearing fat suits in the show.
Oh, really?
And people are really pissed off about that. So everything you're watching is him in a fat suit.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to pay more attention. Like, 'cause I can definitely tell in his face he's lost a lot of weight.
Right. He grew out the beard to try
Yeah.
to cover it up.
Okay.
But he's a slim guy.
Interesting. All right. Still watching Ghosted. Still don't know how I feel about it. I've watched 3 episodes. Some there's parts where it's good, and there's other parts where I'm like, meh. So I think I may wait and watch the rest of that on the winter break.
Sure, when you have some time.
Yeah. I'm like 2 episodes behind on Inhuman, so I don't think I've watched it since last time we talked. Caught up on Gotham.
Okay, so can I ask you some questions on Gotham?
Yeah.
I hear Bruce is now wearing a costume, and Alfred's trying to convince him that some problems are better fought not in a costume.
Yeah. He's started donning sort of a costume, but he's at the point now where in last week's episode, some stuff happened. He's like, I'm not ready for this yet. So I'm okay with that. He
Okay.
played around with it. He knows that he can't fully be that hero yet. So he's going to learn and he's going to train some more.
Has Lady Shiva showed up in the show yet?
No.
Okay. I'm just assuming that's bound to happen.
Probably, yeah. We did get Solomon Grundy, though.
Did he utter the phrase "born on a Monday"?
He did.
And was he actually an undead zombie who kept coming back to life?
He is now, yeah.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like the way he came up with the Born on a Monday thing when he came back from being in the swamp and he rose from the dead. He came across a group of campers and that song was playing. So that was like the first thing he heard when but whatever. So him and Riddler are becoming friends now. Watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of The Flash. I've caught up on Bob's Burgers. Walking Dead premiered.
Okay. How was it?
Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Meh.
So,
Like it's been for 3 seasons.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the article I read said the Walking Dead premiere is down 43% in viewership from last year's season premiere. 43%. That's a significant amount.
It is. And I think part of it is that probably accounts just for the live viewing and day after DVR.
I think so. I think so as well. The Nielsen ratings.
Well, okay, so then that's literally just live. It doesn't account for DVR at all. Doesn't account for Hulu at all.
Right.
And I think so many people have gone so much towards that now. People aren't watching stuff live.
Is Walking Dead on Hulu, though? I don't think it is.
I think it is, but I think there's like a week delay.
I know Fear the Walking Dead is. I don't think traditional Walking Dead is.
Well, then DVR.
Sure. I'll give you DVR.
I think it's also a show that people love binge watching. So if they can store up 3 or 4 episodes and then do it,
Okay.
or wait till the season's over. So I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot of people that talk about it, but yeah, I definitely think it's gone down in the last couple.
Are
of
they
years.
still doing Talking Dead afterwards and all that stuff?
From what I know,
Okay.
I don't ever watch that show. I can't.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have no problem with Chris Hardwick. I too much of him. Yeah. So.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Okay, so for me, I'll just kind of run over my usual list, and then we'll go on the ones I want to talk about.
Okay.
Last Man on Earth.
Oh, that show's still on.
Still on. Still fine.
Still not the last man on Earth, though.
No, he's not. He hasn't been since episode 2.
No, I know. And I'm like, that's...
The Good Place, still amazing.
Didn't you not like the last episode of that?
It was down. This episode's very much back
Okay,
up.
okay.
Very much back up. Modern Family is fine. Goldberg's is continuing to be amazing.
Now, sorry, just real quick. Did you watch the Halloween episode of Modern Family? Because I think that's what this last week's was the Halloween episode.
Yes. Yes, I did.
So from what I read, this was their best Halloween episode ever. How do you feel about that?
Maybe not. Maybe I didn't watch the Halloween episode. What's the last one I watched? Mitchell? No,
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
Okay.
Although the Halloween episodes on this have been great.
All right.
Goldberg's
Okay.
Speechless continues to be fine. Superstore crushing it.
I'm like 3 episodes behind on
So good, it's crushing it. American Housewife is fine. Now the shows I'm going to talk about real quick. Bob's Burgers.
that. Okay.
This was a phenomenal Halloween episode. When Linda dresses
I
the
haven't seen
sheriff.
the Halloween one.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. Sorry. No.
I'm not gonna. All right, fine. We'll
Okay.
talk about it next week.
That's
I have
fine. Okay.
nothing else to say.
You enjoyed it, though.
I did.
Okay,
I did.
great.
TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, the wrestling pay-per-view, with only one match that had tables, ladders, and/or chairs in it. Right.
I think they need to rename the event then.
So, what I want to talk to you about is the epidemic that is going around the WWE right now.
Okay.
So first off, Cody Rhodes was the pioneer. He said, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to the Indies."
Right.
And he is the
And he's done
biggest
great.
thing on the indie circuit.
Yes.
Austin Aries did it. Then Neville did it. And
Oh.
now Nia Jax said, "I'm not doing this match. I'm out."
Oh,
And
jeez.
she didn't quit. She just literally said deuces and walked out. She didn't ask for her contract release.
Okay.
They negotiated it and she's going to come back.
Okay.
Now, so there's this mass epidemic of people just saying, "Yeah, fuck you guys.
So-
We're going to the Indies."
So did Neville leave once he lost the belt? Is that what it was? Or is that like tied together?
It's tied together.
Because that
So-
was like a month ago-ish, right?
Yeah, so he lost the belt. He didn't like the way the belt went down, but he was going to stay. And then Enzo, the guy who he lost the belt to,
Right.
his whole gimmick was how much the cruiserweight division sucks.
Okay.
So Neville's like, that's a fucking slap in the face because we've been working at years of making this awesome. And you guys are writing scripts for him saying how shitty it is and how it's only good because he's there.
Okay.
So he was just like, fuck you guys. I'm out.
Fair enough.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Like he's got pride in his work and he said, I'm here to work. You guys are literally writing scripts to blast my work. The fuck am I staying for?
Right. That makes sense.
So then we also have this problem. We've lost 2 big wrestlers from the pay-per-view due to a unspecified viral infection. Everyone's thinking it's meningitis, viral meningitis.
Oh.
But so we know that they left due to that infection. But the weird thing is the guy who left, Bray Wyatt, his brother also didn't attend, and the brother's wife also didn't attend.
Oh.
Now, we know for a fact that those 2 were not viral meningitis. We just don't know why they weren't there.
Right.
So there's this epidemic going on now where people are just saying, fuck you guys, we're going to the Indies. Like, we don't need you. So in response, I have it on very good authority that the WWE is currently negotiating with ROH.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Which
if
is-
you can't beat them, buy them?
I don't know if it's purchasing them or a couple cross promotions.
Okay.
Because they do have, ROH does have some people that would be awesome in maybe a match or 2 here
Sure.
or there, this cross promotion kind of thing. The reason I'm bringing this up is there was a big event where the Bullet Club invaded Raw.
Right.
Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we talked about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as a counterpoint to that, Vince McMahon sent a cease and desist letter to the Bullet Club to no longer do the 2 sweet motion.
Oh, jeez.
Because it is a copyright trademark, but they
Yeah.
just kind of let go until this happened.
Right.
So now they started doing 1 sweet then. So he sent the cease and desist letter. They made cease and desist shirts that have sold out
jeez.
numerous times. So now they're doing 1 sweet. So essentially, Vince McMahon just you can't stop the Bullet Club.
Right.
They're too fucking huge right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So now they're talking. The negotiation, as I understand it, is for some cross promotions.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
The other show I'm gonna talk about is Mom.
Did you watch Mom?
I watched the first episode of Mom, the pilot episode, because it's got Anna Faris in it. And
Anna Faris, apparently. That was one of the big things that came out of like the whatever. Anyway.
she's from Washington. We pronounce Anna here. She's Anna Faris.
Yeah.
Despite her husband just leaving her for Amy Poehler.
What?
Chris Pratt was Anna Faris's husband.
Right.
Who is apparently rumored to now be shacking up with Amy Poehler.
That's okay, because apparently she's also got a new boyfriend, and he's upset about that.
He's upset about
the fact that Anna Faris has a boyfriend.
Oh, whatever.
I don't know. I just see these headlines. I'm like, I don't care.
That's exactly how it is. I see this headline. I'm like, Google, this is not news for you. Do you have that Google News for you section? I'm like, no, not interested. No, not interested. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
God damn, was it horrible.
And it's on season 3 or something.
It was
like
the worst scripted laugh track comedy I've seen in a long time.
It's terrible because I think Anna Faris is a good actress.
And she's funny.
And I think Allison Janney is also really funny.
That was her name. I couldn't remember the name.
And just even from the TV promos that I see of the show, I'm like, no, I want nothing to do with that. Like, it is the most forced, awkward thing ever. You can tell neither one wants to be there. They just need their paycheck.
Yeah, and you can tell. I don't know which I like more, iced or neat, so we're just doing a little bit of both.
Okay.
Also watched the first 2 episodes of Mayor.
Okay. Any good?
Yeah, it was funnier than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
It was funnier than I thought it was going to be. I started Lore.
Okay, so I was going to ask if you were watching this because you were into the podcast.
Love the podcast. Bought the book.
Oh, there's a book too.
He wrote a novel.
Okay.
I bought the novel and I watched the show. I'm real angry, Jay.
Bad show.
Real. It's not that it was a bad show. You know, it had been. So the first episode of Lore was all about the first American vampires, what we refer to her as.
Yes.
And as it turns out, that news article was something that Bram Stoker read and inspired him to do Dracula and this and that. Okay, cool. It's a great podcast.
Yeah.
I'll give you, I don't know, $10 if you can tell me what that first episode of Lore was.
Not a good show about vampires.
It was literally
just acted out
with half the audio from the podcast. Hey, Jay, want to tell me what the first chapter in the book was?
It was the story of the first vampire.
Yeah, it was.
Wow. I noticed a theme here.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
Recycled material. I mean,
so
there's so many lores out there. Write something else. Film something else.
Nope. So apparently this entire season is just different episodes from the podcast.
That's lazy.
So half of it is narrated by him.
Okay.
And the other half is acted. But the narration from him just has these cut scenes of really weird images. And it fell real flat for me.
Oh,
fell real.
Amazon's pushing it real hard right now too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're pushing it real hard.
Yeah.
So
that's unfortunate.
It is. It got to the point where I'm all like, yeah, I'm gonna cancel my Patreon account for you. I'm no longer giving you $5 a month.
You were actually a Patreon for something.
I was a Patreon. Yeah.
Wow.
For 2 things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What else are you a Patreon?
Myth and Legends.
Oh, fair enough.
Other podcast.
I'm a Patreon for one other podcast. That's it.
Who?
The Big Geek Show.
Not familiar.
No. Did you ever hear of Around Comics? There's a podcast.
Yes.
Okay. So one of the creators of that, because that show ended a couple years ago, one of the creators of that has now started his own podcast where it's just him ranting about shit. Oh, I see why I like it.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You wanna?
Right.
Okay. So, Lord, disappointment.
Okay.
And the last one I'm gonna talk about really fast is a new season of South Park.
Oh. Okay.
Have you started it?
I don't watch South Park.
Okay. I don't know why.
Every time.
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't know why. It's been good. It's just South Park.
Okay.
It's no longer one overarching story. It's just little episodes about stupid smart ass shit.
Yeah.
Yep. I felt very South Park in my hat today. For those of you who can't see it on the screen, read what it says. It says Black Coffee Matters.
Yeah. I saw it when I walked in and I laughed. It's a good hat.
It's a great hat. Thank you, Frugal Brutal, for buying it.
Nice.
I wore it hesitantly because either people are going to love it or people are going to hate it.
Right.
First person that comments was a larger black TSA agent helping me with my bags. So that's all she said is, that hat's fucking hilarious. And I was like, literally aloud, I just went, vindication! Dude behind me, because I had 2 hats with me on my flight back. So this one has a snapback so I can snap it to my bag and not worry about it being crushed. behind me is like, oh my God, I love your hat.
Nice.
The only two people who have said negative things are both white women who are very social justice warriors.
Of course.
So I've had more comments from minorities about how awesome this hat is.
Well, and that's the way it works. Is the white SJWs they're like, oh no, we need to be uptight about everything, whereas the people who are actually the ones afflicted are like, no, it's good you find humor in it. We need to have some levity in the situation. Like it's a real thing. But come on. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah. So that's it for TV from me.
I didn't watch any movie.
I watched one movie.
Okay.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ooh.
Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Why?
Yes.
Do you hate yourself all of a sudden?
Oh, I can only masturbate when I'm crying. So really, this movie was 2.5 hours of pure masturbation. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Real bad.
I mean, the very first Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm like, yeah, no, that's good.
Sure.
It's funny, whatever. And the 18 that they've done since then, I'm like, no, I want nothing to do with that shit.
So this is number 4 or 5.
I don't know.
One of those two. Bad. Just bad. Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
I started a new video game.
Okay.
Shovel Knight.
Huh?
Shovel Knight. It's an indie game that's an old 8-bit. It looks like an old 8-bit game.
Okay.
Came out 2 years ago. They've been releasing expansions ever since. All I have to say is if you have a Nintendo Switch, or a Nintendo 3DS or an Xbox or whatever, it's on sale. $20. You get the original plus all 4 expansions. It's fucking amazing.
What is the premise of the game?
Okay, so you're a knight.
Sure.
And the opening scene is you're the Shovel Knight and your partner was the Shield Knight. The Shield Knight is dead and evil's starting to come back, so you are now have to go stop evil from coming back.
With your shovel.
With your shovel.
Okay. It sounds great.
It really is great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said it's like retro 8-bit style, so it looks like original Zelda. Almost.
Oh yeah. It
Okay.
is super 8-bit.
Okay.
It is surprisingly difficult.
Okay.
Like there's been parts where I'm just like I'm fucking struggling.
Oh, okay.
But I'm enjoying the shit out of it.
Nice.
Okay. Let's talk Apple 10. The iPhone 10.
The iPhone 10.
Do you hear about what's going on with the big release? Friday.
They don't have any phones to release?
They don't have enough phones to release.
No.
They have a bigger problem than not enough phones to release. This is a problem I just learned about this morning, so I'm curious if you have insight.
Okay.
They're having problems with developers.
Really?
Big problem with developers for that fucking notch in the screen.
I mean, okay, so when I first saw that, I'm like, that is a fucking terrible design because it is so hard to code around that. Mm-hmm. Because everybody pull your phone out, your laptop, your tablet, fucking look at your TV, everything. It's all square. All the edges are straight. So you say, hey, here's my thing. I need my screen resolution to be, whatever the fuck it is.
Sure, but it's...
Your square resolution. It's even. Now all of a sudden you have to be like, I need all 3 of these sides to be square, except this, I need a little divot in. Who the fuck knows that? Like, that's not a thing you do.
No, is that not a thing you do? But now they're saying, okay, well, so let's look at Super Mario Run. So are you going to miss a part if you're playing on the X, or is everybody who's not playing on the X going to have a weird divot in their screen?
Unfortunately, I think the most common workaround right now is when you're doing games and things like that. The thing that on the sides of the divot will just be a black bar.
And that's pretty much what I think.
But again, that's not easy to code.
It's not. So,
and then you're like, okay, well, great. I have this super awesome screen that I'm not using 8% of because it's just blacked out.
Yeah. So they don't have enough for all the pre-orders.
Mm-hmm.
So what they said is probably going to happen is everyone who's waiting in lines to buy them on Friday is just going to walk away with the iPhone 8 Pluses because those will be in stock. Whereas the X's will not be.
Yeah, that's I mean, but at the same time, it's a fucking $1,000 phone, so
entry level $1,000 phone.
Right, and then once it's ridiculous.
Much like the Surface 2 that
right.
just dropped.
Yeah, the MacBook Pro killer Surface 2. I'm like, okay, I mean,
it's supposed.
It's got ports. That's
and they've enhanced it with ceramic instead of metal in certain parts that was breaking.
Yeah.
Brandt bought the Surface laptop, the top of the line, like everything included Surface laptop.
Well, of course, he had pocket change.
Yeah, and he loves it.
Well, to be fair, I have played on the Surface laptops. That's what they're called, right? Surface laptop.
Yeah, there's a Surface
Book and the
and the Surface
yeah,
laptop.
yeah, yeah.
Surface laptop does not
Detach.
correct.
Yeah, I've played around with it. They have one at the kiosk at the Aldred Mall.
Yes, they do.
They're slick. They
They're
work great.
Not at that price, though.
Not down. No. Also on phone news though, did you see the report that came out yesterday about the Google Pixel 2 XL screen?
I've seen a lot of shitty stuff about the Pixel, so tell me what you're talking about.
The burn-in after 2 days.
Oh, no.
Yeah, people with the XL are experiencing screen burn-in after 2 days of use. It's not happening on just the Pixel 2, only the larger size version for some reason, from what I've read. I mean, if it's happening on both, whatever. But yeah, screen burn-in on a phone. It's a AMOLED screen. Why are we getting burn-in? Like, what's happening here?
Jesus.
I
also heard that they have already had, from launch, this is the phone that's already been requesting the most warranties for repairs already.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Like, it's just breaking left and right.
Right. Yeah. Thanks. Who the fuck made this? HTC?
Probably.
I don't know. Whatever.
Anyways, before we get into comic proper news, I have some discount comic book supply and in-stock trade news.
Do you want to talk about Amazon before that?
Oh, yes.
Because this is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, my God. So,
Okay.
please, Jay, please.
So Amazon announces their new service today, or maybe late last night. It broke.
It was this morning. It was this morning.
Amazon Key. So for those of you that are worried about getting packages stolen off your front porch, or the hallway of your apartment complex, or the floor of your trailer park, I don't know, wherever you live, Amazon has now announced Amazon Key, which is a program where the Amazon delivery drivers can actually come into your residence and leave your package inside.
That is correct.
It's done through a combination of the Amazon Cloud camera, which is their internet-connected security camera, and a smart lock, which currently there's 2 manufacturers for.
Correct.
So what will happen is the Amazon delivery driver will roll up to your door. They will hit a button on their phone. Your security camera will turn on and then activate a button on their phone, which allows them to unlock your door.
Right.
They come in, they drop the package off, they leave, they close your door, they hit another button on their phone, and it relocks your smart lock.
It's more than that, actually.
Okay.
Not only will they deliver packages, but through approved vendors, they have house cleaning, food
I
delivery.
didn't get that far in.
They also have in-home tech support and repair. So essentially, it's any service you may want while you're not home.
But here's the article. The article I read said, right now it's at launch. It will only be Amazon delivery drivers. It won't be any of these tertiary services.
In the commercial, it showed all of this.
Okay, and I haven't watched.
Yeah, right.
So, and they did say that eventually they'll scale it, but right now, even like if something gets shipped through UPS, the UPS driver won't be able to come in because they won't have the Amazon app on their phone. So at launch, it'll only be 37 cities.
Which we are one of them.
Okay.
My home, I did my zip code and I put in my address. My home is eligible.
Okay, I have not checked mine yet because I don't really care that much.
No.
But to be part of this program, you have to buy the smart lock and camera package.
Yes.
Which starts at $250.
$249.99.
1 camera, 1 smart lock.
Correct.
If you need to scale up and have multiple cameras or
a better smart lock.
Yeah. Then the price obviously goes up from there. My thought is, 1, how well are they really screening these delivery drivers? I mean, some guy really wants to rip me off. He's going to rip me off if he knows where the camera's at.
Not well. So a couple different things. 1, you do get a text notification as soon as your door is open, as soon as your door closes.
Yeah.
You also, they are hiring individuals to be drivers for them. Mm-hmm. Like, I could do it on my spare time. It is not a rigorous screening process. Nor should you. Nor should you.
Right. The other thing is, from what I read, and I'm not super familiar with the way these smart locks work because they're kind of a newer thing, it is up to the driver when they close your door to actually relock it. With the phone.
Shut up.
So if they forget to do that,
your door's unlocked.
Your door's unlocked.
Eesh.
So unless maybe the lock has like a timeout,
It does not. I know people who have the key in Smart Lock. You have to hit the button to lock it.
So there you go. Some guy's gonna he's gonna rob me, and he's gonna leave my door unlocked, and somebody else can come rob me more. So no, thank you.
Here's the part that spoiled my mind. We all have Amazon lockers. Fucking
Right.
ship it to an Amazon
Well, that's
locker.
my thing. I'm like, I have, and granted, we're kind of in an area where there's a lot of stuff around, but I have 3 Amazon lockers within a mile and a half of my apartment. Do I really need somebody to come into my apartment? No.
Nope.
Fucking just give it to the locker.
Not only is there a locker at the Whole Foods, which is less than a mile from my house, I can now order food and they'll put it in the locker for me. So I can just show up, open my locker, grab my
really?
bag of food, and piece the fuck out.
That's funny.
But yeah, you don't want Amazon just coming into your house as they please?
No. I'm good.
Oh.
And can you imagine, especially like the people that have pets, right?
Oh, yeah, no. Like that's.
Your pet's going to get out or your pet's going to go crazy because it's somebody they don't know in
Yep.
your home. I mean, I can just see somebody that has a big dog like that. That delivery driver's toast.
No, this is the worst idea. And I don't like all these. I'm considering getting a deadbolt for my front door that you have to press the code in and then it opens the deadbolt.
Yeah.
That's as far as I'm willing to go.
Right.
That is it. Not Bluetooth technology, no connectivity. I was talking to somebody in Arizona whom I love dearly, but's a fucking moron. And he's talking about his house, how it's all controlled by Alexas and IR blasts.
No.
So literally, when he comes in the door, he's like, it's so fucking cool. I just walk in, I go, Alexa, hallway lights 50%, and it turns on. I go, motherfucker, by the time you say all that, I can flip a switch.
Right?
But he does have one of those smart locks that is Bluetooth to his phone. And I'm all like, do you know how fucking easy that is to rip into? Not only that, it also runs off a Wi-Fi network. Mm-hmm. We just read in the news that 80% of routers had this back-end access point that anybody could just get in and control it. Like, what makes you think that this is a good fucking idea? It's not closed circuit, you people. We're not talking closed circuit. This is open circuit. This is not a smart way to do these things.
No.
Now, counter argument. Well, a guy with a lockpick could do your deadbolt fine.
Sure. Absolutely.
The locks only keep the honest people out. I understand that.
Yeah.
But now let's make it fucking easier for them.
Right. One more technology failed to talk about because this reminded me of this. Do you ever use Uber Eats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once.
Yeah, right. So it's fucking everywhere now. Like I can Uber Eats McDonald's. So
Yeah.
when I'm drunk
Blew
and
my
I want a 40-piece nugget, I'm like, done. Locally, we have a bunch of. Okay, and by the way, did you know that coffee stands are not like a nationwide thing?
What do you mean?
Yeah, right.
No, seriously, what do you mean?
So like you've got a coffee stand in a parking lot a block from here,
Yes.
right? You drive up, you order your coffee, and you go.
Correct.
That's not all over the place.
Dutch Brothers is everywhere all over the place, and they do that.
But they're not all over the place. Like we think they're all over the place, but they're not.
Interesting.
So,
okay, go on.
So when I was in Atlanta over the summer, I met a guy from New Jersey.
Gus's.
I met a guy from New Jersey, and I was like, we were kind of talking about some of the difference between like Seattle area and New Jersey. I'm like, so you guys got like drive-up coffee stands, right? And he's like, or because we were talking about bikini baristas in particular.
Okay.
And he's like, you go to the drive-up coffee stand. He's like, the what? I'm like, the drive-up coffee stand. He's like, what is that? And I'm like,
no.
they don't have them there, which I get because it's like densely packed,
Yeah,
whatever.
okay.
But anyways, so I'm at work this morning. I'm like, I could really go for like a latte right now, but I don't really want to go drive somewhere and get a latte.
Fair.
So I pull up on the Uber Eats, and I've got like 17 coffee stands in the area where an Uber Eats driver will drive through and pick up coffee, and you can customize it, whatever.
What's the delivery charge for that?
I don't know. I think it's like $2. Or no, there's not a delivery charge. It's built into the price, so they add a buffer
Okay.
to the
Okay.
price.
Okay.
You can tip if you want. So like just like a plain latte was like $3. Like a 12-ounce latte is $3, which is not that much different.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm looking at the customization menu, and it's like, okay, pick your size, and then any special requests like a flavor or no onions.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, right. So I'm like, I'm sorry.
Was that an example or
No, this is the actual order form. So this is an example of how Uber Eats, when they built their app, put in sample text that does not apply to everything. Because I'm like, am I missing a new coffee trend where
Onions
people
in
are
the
putting
coffee?
onions in their latte? Like, is that like the new superfood? So yeah, I just saw that. I'm like, yeah, this is bad design. Like,
Yeah.
somebody should be looking at this.
UI, motherfuckers. UI.
All right, now what a comic news.
Okay. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry. No, I love you as an individual, as a person, and as a friend. As a vendor, you are on my last goddamn nerve. So, let's talk comic books.
Okay.
Let's talk comic book stores versus in-stock trade and discount comic book supplies.
Okay.
Now, I go through previews every month,
Yes, you do.
and I make this list of all these comic books I want.
Sure.
And I provide this list to my comic book store. And I say I would like these items on top of my traditional items.
Sure.
I wait 3 months. I go to my comic store and I say, "Where's my things?" And he goes, "Well, you didn't order that." Yeah, huh?
Oh, jeez.
Sure I did. I didn't order any of those. Okay. So now
So when I turned my preview sheet into you, you just threw it in the trash?
I am no longer getting my comic books weekly, although I will go back to that because I've been gone out of town.
Right.
So I picked up 3 weeks worth of comics today. And I'm like, well, where's this and where's that? Yeah, I don't have you down for that stuff. Do you have shelf copies? I didn't order shelf copies of that.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, can Diamond get it? No, it's sold out. Okay, thanks for fucking me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really appreciate that, bud. Just right in the ass. So, this is going to segue me to discount comic book supplies.
Which is a great, great service.
It is. So, what I did for last previews, which I've canceled previews.
Well, you don't need it now. They're going digital.
They have now given, you can now have a free digital copy of previews online.
Yeah.
Better than that, it does what I used to do. You can choose 2 different ways. You can view it as a gallery, so it shows you the cover
Okay.
and the image name,
Sure.
or just the text.
Okay.
So now I can just look at the text, no spoilers, no covers, no nothing. And if I want more information, I can click
On it, and it'll take you to a page about that
right.
issue. Okay.
Otherwise, I'm fucking spoiler free.
Right.
No
Nice.
problems.
Nice.
It's beautiful. So when I go to Preview's website, it's like, oh, here's all the things, and here's the order code OCT 19665537.
Right.
So I can just copy that and I paste it to Discount Comic Book Supplies, and it just says how many you want to add to your order.
Nice.
1. Next item.
So at some point, you're just going to stop going to your LCS altogether.
I don't know if I will. Because I love him so dearly that for my monthly pulls, it's not a problem. It's all these random 1 issues I get. Or
Okay. Yeah.
Like, hey, I know Nightwing's in Batgirl issue 13. I just want issue 13.
Right.
So like my weekly pulls they're not a problem at all.
Okay.
And I do really appreciate and love the fact that there will be times he's like, hey, check this out. You'll be interested in this. And I'll be like,
Sure.
I didn't know. Awesome.
Yeah. You get that personal touch.
Right.
Yeah.
But in regards to these, like, I ordered Thor issue 700. I'm only getting that 1 issue.
Uh-huh.
Right? Don't give me that look. So, but Discount Comic Book Supplies is, so I placed my order in.
Uh-huh.
And I averaged 43% off cover price,
Which is fantastic.
which is huge. So all my trades out of this previews and all my special one-off issues comes to a total of $119. That's
great.
huge.
Yeah.
12 cents to bag and board each issue for me.
Okay.
Done. You got it.
Yeah.
And $7 for shipping.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Problem solved.
It's so much cheaper than what you would be buying in your shop.
So much cheaper than I'm paying for in my shop.
Now, if they could only do digital comics, give me a 43% off discount on my digital
Right.
comics. Good to go.
Every Marvel book you buy comes with a free digital copy. So,
I don't-
but here's where this all goes hand in hand. So then I get an email from In Stock Trades saying that you've met your sales quota for the month. Your next purchase with In Stock Trades will have an additional 4% off your entire purchase.
Oh, so if you order a certain amount, interesting.
So now I'm all like, okay, so now for the trades I don't have or I didn't put on that order, if I order from In Stock, I get an additional 4% off.
There you go.
So really, this is just,
And really, I still need to email them and see if they'll sponsor us.
they need to sponsor us.
I know.
At this
As
point,
much as we
right?
talk about them, yeah.
Like, I have to imagine the guys at In Stock Trade, the shipping managers, all like, "Oh yeah, order's going to Adrian." Like, don't even like.
Yeah, right.
He just writes the address by hand. He's like, "No, I got this. Whatever. Here you go."
Puts in a personalized note. Hey, man, I noticed you're reading this. Did you also want to check out this? I'll throw it in for free.
If they did that, if they
that'd
were
be great.
if they did that, if there's like, "Hey, there's this trade in there. I thought you might like it. I've added it to your cart. If you want it, hit purchase. If not, just send it back." I'd be like, "Yeah, I want it. Why wouldn't I want it? It's already at the house."
That'd be great. Except you know who else did that, and it screwed over so many people in the 90s? Columbia House. Hey, here's 17 CDs you may like. You can pay a penny each, or if you don't say anything in 3 months, we're going to charge you full price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as a minor, they're like, "You owe us all this money." I'm a minor. I can't enter into a contract legally. I don't know you shit. And it worked, people.
Fair enough.
And it worked. All right, what's on your poll this week?
So I went a little different route this week. I actually haven't bought any comics in like 2 months.
Okay.
So I have everything in my wish list in Comixology, because I'm like, these are all the things that I'm gonna buy at some point anyways. So I just went through. I'm like, all right, what are a couple things that I can get to catch up on that aren't gonna be like super costly? So I found 5 different books that I was only like 2 issues behind on. So I grabbed those 10 issues.
All right, what do you got?
So I read Postal number 22 and 23.
You know they announced Postal's ending.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of figured it's getting to that point.
Yep, they've announced Postal's ending.
All right, well that's a shame.
Yeah.
Supergirl number 14 and the annual number 1, which I had missed. That came out 2 months ago. Black Magic 7 and 8.
That just came back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was like an 8-month hiatus.
Yeah, it's been on hiatus for a while.
It came back. So actually, I'm going to have to end up going back to issue 1 and rereading, because I'm like, I don't remember what the fuck's happening. But I read these 2, and they were good. Batgirl 15 and 16, and Wicked and Divine 31 and 32.
Okay. Speaking of Wicked and Divine, the Christmas episode of Riverdale is entitled The Wicked and the Divine.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
That's funny, because The Wicked and the Divine is coming out with a Christmas annual number 1.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it'd be great if they all just showed up in Riverdale.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Like, even just like walking across the road,
Right.
I would then catch up on all of Riverdale and watch it religiously,
which
hoping
you should
it
do
would
anyways,
happen.
because it is a great show. All right.
Action Comics 990. 990.
So close.
So close. 5 months away.
Do you realize how expensive number 1000 is going to end up being on eBay?
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to order it. So that's the other benefit with Discount Comic Supplies. You can order all the variant covers because they get so many in.
Right.
Granted, they charge you more.
Sure.
But it's still less than buying it in shop.
Yeah.
I may buy every cover to Superman Action Comics 1000.
Jeez.
I may do it. Batman Detective Comics 967. Hal Jordan the Green Lantern Corps 31. Nightwing the New Order 3. Daredevil 28. Eternity number 1.
So you did pick that up. I was curious. I had it in my cart and I ended up deleting it because I wasn't sure.
Like Matt Kint, awesome writer. That is a dope as shit cover and character.
It really is,
I'm just like, this issue may be horrid, but I'm in to read it.
All right.
And the book I'm going to talk about is Jughead, The Hunger, number 1. Because it's Halloween time.
It is.
And I thought it's appropriate to talk about a Halloween book.
I could have swore that was issue 2 that was coming out.
No, there was the one shot a couple months ago, and then issue 1 just dropped.
Okay, that's okay. So real quick, before we talk about what we read, you have a Valiant book in your stack there.
I do.
Did you know there's a Valiant card deck game?
Yes.
Or deck building game?
Yes, by Cryptozoic.
I did not know that.
No, I'm sorry, not Cryptozoic. Catalyst.
Okay. I was walking through the Everett Mall the other day for whatever reason.
Sure, drugs.
Well, pretty much. But where the former comic book store was there, they still have some things in the window that are actually for
Wishes.
And one of the things they had was the Valiant deck building game. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Have you played it?
I have not, but I hear it's fun.
Okay. I got to imagine it's pretty much the same thing as like the DC deck building game, just with different characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be my assumption as well. Speaking of the DC deck building game, they just released a new expansion.
I'm going to have to go buy those games at some point.
It's a box that holds everything with these dividers.
Okay.
And the expansion is the multiverse. So the rules are there's this randomizer. So you're playing with villains from this universe, but you're playing with Crisis from this. So it meshes the multiverse together.
Red Sun Superman in there somewhere?
Damn right there is.
Oh, God. Now I have to go spend like $500 on those games.
I'll show you the card afterwards. All right. So yeah, what did you read? What are you gonna tell me about?
What do I want to talk about? I'm just gonna say Postal's great. Like honestly, because you're more or less caught up on it. You've read some of it.
The first 4 trades.
Okay, so that probably takes you through like issue 20.
More than that, I think.
This was 22 and 23.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think they're probably 5-issue trades.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. I'm right about there with you then.
Fucking great book. I'm actually sad that you told me that it's ending because it is a great book.
It is a very good book.
Matt Hawkins has done a really good job building this world and these characters out. And, Mark, the main character, he is autistic, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And he does a really good job of portraying that without making him seem like some sort of freak.
He has a disability, but he is not disabled.
Right.
Yes.
And the fact that he actually understands more than most people around him do because of this disability or whatever you want to call it, I think it paints it in a good light. Because, autistic people, they're not, like, they are actually typically very smart.
Right.
They lack a lot of the social skills, but as far as, their understanding of things, they're usually really, really sharp. I don't know. I think it's just been a really good story. It's the build-up has been really good. They're still referencing stuff that happened in Eden's Fall.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm curious to see how they end it now. Because at the end of issue 23, they were preparing for a war with Mark's dad.
Oh, right. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Okay.
I remember them leading up to it. So the last thing I read in the trade was very much they were leading up to that war. Like the mom was talking about that this was coming.
Okay. So maybe you're at 22 or 23.
Maybe.
Um,
Maybe there was a hiatus.
Could have been.
I don't know.
So did you see the part where the mom shows? I think it must have been Mark, the shack full of weapons.
Yes, but it wasn't Mark. It was the blonde girl.
Yeah, maybe it was the blonde girl.
Yeah.
And she's saying that not even her second in command knows about it, and the original intent of Eden was to actually go out and kill everybody else, pretty much.
No.
Okay, that might have been 23.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a really good book. That was the first thing I read when I downloaded my stuff. So it kind of makes me want to go read some of the the Tithe and some of the other things that are kind of in the same universe.
Yeah. Yes. Samaritan, Tithe. There's one other one.
Think Tank.
Think Tank. Thank you.
So I might go read those now.
Okay.
If you guys haven't read Postal, it's great.
It is great.
Apparently, it's probably only going to be 24 or 25 issues. So fairly easy to catch up on. I recommend it.
I read Jughead the Hunger #1. I'm not going to talk a lot about it. It was fun. It was stupid. It had all the Archie characters killing each other. Awesome.
So is it similar to the one shot?
It takes place after the one shot.
Okay.
The one shot did well enough that they decided to do an ongoing.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about it. I'm not discounting this book. However, I finished the first 3 trades of Morning Glories.
Oh!
Look how excited you got. Yeah.
So that brings you up through 18-ish? So I think there's 6 issues a trade.
Maybe. So the
5?
last thing I read was we learned about the childhood and growing up of Georgina
Okay.
and her sister who looks like the zookeeper whose name I can't remember.
I don't either.
But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was the last thing in the trade was their childhood.
It gets so weird after that.
Oh, and then June, who's not June, he's Hiazo,
Yeah, huh?
having grown up in this child infantry camp with a gay lover and all this weird Casey fucking time traveling. Casey time traveling?
Okay, so
The fuck is going on?
okay, so you've seen Georgina's origin,
Yes.
but in 10 issues, so maybe 2 to 3 trades from now, you're gonna find out Georgina's actual origin,
Oh.
and it's totally different than what you just found out.
Interesting.
Yeah. God, I want you to finish that book.
No, so here's the problem. The first 4 trades are free with Comixology Unlimited.
Right.
But that's it. I just got a taste. And they're like, no, we're cutting you
okay.
off. So Nope.
I'm gonna give you my Comixology login because I have all of them.
Well, I'm going to my next in stock trades order
Okay.
is just going to be the deluxe hardback editions of all of it,
Okay, that's fine.
and that'll bring me current. I can burn through them like I burned through Invincible.
Which I'm still like 2 issues behind on.
So I told Frugal Brutal he needs to read Nailbiter, and I gotta say, dude, read Morning Glories. Read Morning Glories.
I've never read Nailbiter.
It's good.
Which, by the way, I was thinking, we don't talk about how good the Flash book is. Are you reading Flash?
I'm 2 issues behind.
Okay, so I'm also 2 or 3. Actually, no, I think I'm like 4 issues behind. But Josh Williamson is killing it on that book.
Yeah, he is. Really is.
Speaking of Nailbiter.
Yeah,
you know,
Nailbiter, Ghosted,
yeah.
Birthright.
Yeah, which I still haven't read that one either.
Yeah, he is killing it on the Flash.
I'm curious. I'm wondering if I need to re-sign up for Comixology Unlimited. Because I didn't utilize it when I had it. But now there's so many of these things that are like, 2 or 3 trades in. I'm like, maybe I'll...
And that's what I'm getting it for. Like, I'm reading the first trade. So I downloaded all the first trade. The next one I'm going to do is Ghosted, and then Hack and Slash,
Oh, no, don't do it.
and then Lazarus,
Great.
and then there's a couple others I've already downloaded that I'm going to get around to.
Don't fucking bother with Hack Slash. It is terrible.
I had a feeling it's going to.
I read the first omnibus. And by that I mean I got halfway through the first omnibus, and I'm like, I can't.
And it is the what is available on Comixology Unlimited is the first omnibus.
Because the storytelling.
Is there storytelling? Because I tried
so
Lock and
bad.
Key, and everyone's telling me how great Lock and Key is, and that book sucked.
I got bored on that one.
I feel like the same thing's gonna happen to me when it comes to Hack and Slash.
So, and here's the thing. Like, I like Tim Seeley.
Yes,
I think he's done a lot of really good work. And one of his biggest profile things to date has been Hack Slash. But it's terrible. And they just rebooted it. They just brought it back. I think issue 1 of the new series came out today, actually.
something like that.
Just don't do it.
Oh well, we'll see. That's it for me this week.
That's all I got.
Are you here this next week?
I'm here next week. Are you here next week?
Damn right.
Fuck, 2 weeks in a row. What are we going to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to LA Stanley's Kamikaze Friday
Okay.
and Saturday, so maybe I'll talk to you a little bit about that.
All right, cool.
That's where I'll meet Melissa Joan Hart.
Nice.
Bye.
See ya.